And a good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Wells Fargo Arena here in the capital city, Des Moines, Iowa. John McDermott alongside Tony Etseni. Welcome everybody listening and watching on NBAGleague.com tonight. The Iowa Wolves 1-6 coming into this one, hosting the Rip City Remix, Portland Trailblazers affiliate. They are 1-2 on the season. And let's quickly get you the starters before tip-off here tonight at the Well. And we'll start with the home Iowa Wolves. It'll be Trevor Keels and Rob Dillingham, who's on assignment, a rehab assignment from the Minnesota Timberwolves. And it'll be Jesse Edwards in the middle, Nogel Eastern, and Cook Yacht getting the start for head coach Ernest Scott of the Iowa Wolves. The starting five for Rip City, it'll be Justin Minaya, Bryce McGowens, Henry Drell, Alex Reese, and Tajay Moore, the starting five for Sergi Oliva, the head coach for the Rip City Remix. Tony, Iowa went out on the road, a couple of 10 and 11 point losses as they went out to Salt Lake City and then to Rio Grande Valley. Came up a little bit short. Big performances out of Terrence Shannon Jr., but he's not in uniform tonight, but we do get to see Rob Dillingham for the first time.
And the team they lost to the last two games at home was Santa Cruz, the only team in the NBA G League that remains unbeaten at this point of the regular season at 5-0. So tough losses, but let's see if we can get a couple wins tonight against Rip City. And on the 15th, Greensboro comes to town for the Iowa Wolves. This is the first game in a week for Rip City. They're only 1-2. They've had a week off to get ready for this one.
Well, it'll be Rip City in the home, or the road whites with the red trim. And it'll be Iowa in the dark blue home uniforms with the silver and neon green trim.
Marcy Williams is the chief tonight, head official. As far as the referee, it's Clyde Mula, or Money.
Off the mark with that first kind of alley-oop, but not able to convert on the lay-in. Iowa with the basketball in their first possession.
The umpire tonight is Gina Cantanzariti. I'd like to say hi to her father out there listening, I think.
Jesse Edwards with the flush to get Iowa started offensively. They lead at 2-0 early on. Well, you were going to go with the full Italian pronunciation.
Catanzariti.
And she said her dad would have liked that. There's a foul. That's going to send McGowens to the basket, or to the free throw line. Chance to shoot 1 for 2 here. And you were saying earlier in January, McGowens had a franchise record,
yep,
single game scoring record.
Yeah, he had 46 points on January 1st. That is a franchise record for Rip City. So coming off a big performance.
And an offensive rebound on the missed free throw.
Oh, that's off Rip City.
And
yeah. Oh,
turnover.
It was. They're gonna challenge that. It was right there.
That's an early and
but it was so obvious. I think that's
unnecessary challenge. But they'll take a quick look and we'll step away.
Yeah.
First time out here, 2-0. The Iowa Wolves lead Rip City. More Wolves basketball right after this break. Now back here live at the Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. John McDermott alongside Tony Etzeni. And an early challenge. Haven't seen a challenge in the first minute of a game probably ever, Tony.
No,
but,
definitely the first. That was the quickest one we've ever seen.
And they are going to overturn the call. So Iowa, I guess, fortunately wins the challenge, but unfortunately has to use one of their 2 challenges less than a minute in.
Yeah. And it was I mean, one official definitely blocked on one side. The other one might have gotten screened out by what was going on in front of her. And so it was a tough angle, and they had to see what they thought they saw more than what they actually saw on that one. It was a quick flicker, a fingernail, really, that knocked that ball out of bounds off of Rip City.
Dillingham with it out top. No-Gel Eastern will try a 3-ball right wing, and it's good.
Well, you give him that look like that, No-Gel can hit some of those, and that's a good start for No-Gel, and Iowa up to a quick 5-0 start here.
Here's Moore out front. Picked up the dribble. Now Minaya looks to drive it left side of the lane. Kick back out.
Oh, mismatch underneath, man.
And McGowan's off the mark, and last touched off the leg.
Now Reese wants a challenge, saying it's not off of his leg. And instead of Oliva's thinking about it, said, nah, not yet.
Boy, we almost had 2 challenges in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Reese got less sure of himself as the seconds clicked away. And there's another alley-oop attempt. That one no good.
Reese did a good job of catching up to that alley-oop play.
Strong drive to the basket. Minaya lays it up and in.
Yeah. Keels had a good arm on him for some of that drive and had to let go, and Minaya finished.
Dillingham off the window, no good. Tip, follow, count the basket, and a foul. Boy, the unconventional slam put back there by Edwards.
That rim was pretty friendly as hard as it was flipping, and that ball found its way through. That was crazy how that happened, but it worked. Look at that. I mean, that is just pure luck there. That ball came back through.
Well, Edwards will take it, and a chance for a 3-point play.
Edwards looking for his 5th point with the free throw, and he misses it.
Edwards been off the mark from the free throw line here lately at Wells Fargo. Iowa as a team hasn't shot super well from the line here in the last few games. Rebound by Edwards. Now Dillingham. Dillingham in the open floor. Step back 3, left side. Dillingham rims in and out, no good.
Got the look he wanted. Boy, he's quick, man, isn't he?
Now it's Minaya the other way, and an easy little Euro step left-hand lay-in for Minaya. He's got 4.
He's got all the remix points here in the early going.
Keels around a couple of ball screens. He'll step back and shoot the 3. That's no good. And Minaya stepped on the baseline, just got a toenail along that baseline, and it'll go back to Iowa here.
Again, we welcome everybody watching tonight on NBAGleague.com. The Iowa Wolves hosting the Rip City Remix. Both teams have just 1 win in this regular season. 1-2 for the Remix, 1-6 for Iowa.
Dillingham has it on the left wing. Pulls up, shot is off the mark, no good. And a quick outlet, and Edwards got a hand on it.
Oh.
And he's going to block the shot of Drell, but also a foul. Edwards had a chance at a steal there, just kind of off balance, couldn't corral it with that right hand. Drell there, you see the little slap on the arm.
It's kind of interesting how things don't transfer from pregame to actual game. Dillingham on rehab assignment, of course, with Iowa, out here in pregame, and he was just lighting up the net, and he's missed a couple of looks in pregame he was hitting there. Game time changes things.
Well, Drell knocks down the free throw, so just a 1-point game here. Iowa leads at 7-6. Here's Keels. Pull-up jumper on the right elbow, no good. Drell with the rebound for Rip City. Here's Drell in the open floor. Pulls it back out. Gives it off for Tajay Moore. Now it's Minaya. Back for Moore. Left-handed 3 on the way, no good. And Edwards with the rebound.
Cook Yacht getting that one of his few starts here with Iowa here in this game. Iowa kind of mixing things up a little bit.
And Dillingham lost it on the way up. They're going to say last touch by Alex Reese. So it'll stay with Iowa. 10 on the shot clock here. Dillingham will trigger it in here for Iowa along the baseline.
teams have gotten some good looks offensively, but just haven't been able to hit the shot so far in this early part of the game. Oh boy, this might be a save by Jesse Edwards, because that was a backcourt violation, and now
and Edwards going to be, or no, Joe Eastern whistle for a travel as he lost the ball going up.
Yeah, and re-caught it, and can't do that.
He almost got away with it.
There's a lot of little things that you don't see very often happening here in this first 5 minutes, John.
There's more into the paint, kick out, Drell's three, no good. And Dillingham, good first step to get to that ball. Bounce pass for Yacht. Yacht off the backboard to Keels. We'll give Cook the assist on that one.
You will?
Sure.
Okay.
You don't think that was a pass?
No.
There's more. Strong move and a tip followed by Drell. Boy, he got there just at the perfect time as the ball came off the cylinder. Edwards has it knocked away. Up ahead. Yacht tried to run it down. It was Drell getting there first, and there's Alex Reese with the put in.
And the first lead for the Remix after the 5-0 start from Iowa. Now a 10-4 run for Rip City to take the lead for the first time in this one.
Dillingham around a screen. Finds Edwards. Edwards lost it again. Another turnover for Jesse Edwards.
We're going to get Martez Brown coming in now.
And Edwards swats that one away. Martez Brown set to check in here for Iowa. And it's going to be Edwards heading to the bench. So it'll be Tajay Morta triggered in here for Rip City into the corner. Tough spot for Manayo. Able to, well, they had it knocked away, and it's going to be.
I think they're going to overrule this.
Might be overruled here.
Yep.
And it is.
Outside official Gina Catanzariti, she saw that differently and corrected the official's call on the baseline, who didn't quite see it that way. So Iowa ball. A lot of mistakes here early. Both teams kind of missing some open looks and then making some turnovers. Cost them both too.
Here's Eastern. Nogel. Oh, tough spin move there by Eastern. No good though on the fadeaway. Rip City with the rebound. Drell into the paint. Has it taken away, and Drell gets it back and count the bucket and a foul.
That's a half dozen for Drell. He may have gotten away with a stutter step there. We're trying to maintain the basketball right there. I mean, he jumped stepped after he lost it, but retained possession and really worked hard for that shot as he's trying for his 7th point.
So Walter Ellis checks in. Cook Yacht to the bench for Iowa. Drell trying to add to his 6 points already and picks up point number 7. So Drell with the 3-point play, and the Remix lead it by 4 here early on, 13-9. Dillingham had it poked away by Moore. Gets it back. Dillingham floater off the front of the rim, no good.
He's not able to finish anything right now. He's missed a couple open looks at 3, and now that little floater. Getting on a rehab assignment.
And a drive to the basket and a big-time finish there by Alex Reese.
Yeah, I'm getting out of his way. That was a madman going through the paint there.
Dillingham off the mark with that 3. Martez Brown runs down the rebound. Here's Walter Ellis. He'll try a 3 and knocks it down.
Ellis comes off the bench cold and shows he's hot, ready to go. Gets that open look from the right wing.
So the lead is 3 here, 15-12, Rip City in front. There's Moore on a long skip pass to the left side for Drell. Drell into the paint, lays it up, and he's fouled again and makes the bucket.
Well, he's getting ready to go into double figures if he makes the free throw already here in the opening quarter. Ellis getting set to check in for Iowa too for the first time.
Henry Drell out of Estonia. Noticed in his bio, both mom and dad also professional basketball players. So, runs in the family.
Yep.
Henry Drell off to a quick start here. Chance to make it 10 first quarter points here in the first 6.5 minutes of play. So Drell at the line. The free throw is up and good. And Henry's got 10 on the night. First player to double figures for either team. Here's L. Ellis. Checked in for Dillingham.
James Booknight is checked in for Rip City as well. He's out there, number 42.
Keels finds Martez Brown. Now it's Ellis. Ellis will fire a three off the back of the iron. No good.
Martez
Brown. And Brown throws it up. No good. Wanted a foul, and Eastern tried to stuff it through on the putback. Oh, and there's Drell with a two-hand flush.
Just good passing right there. Great finish. Nick Wazinski finding Drell coming from the wing to the baseline, down the baseline.
Keels into the paint, floater up, no good.
Again, another good look. Couple floaters missing off the rim. Everything's just not falling for Iowa, and everything's falling, especially for Drell for the remix right now. It was 5-0 Iowa, so it's a 20-7 run that the remix are on to take this lead.
Well, McGowan's hit the floor there. He kind of ran into Martez Brown. And that'll be team foul number 5 on Iowa. So Iowa trails by 8 here, 20-12, and also Rip City in the bonus the rest of the way here in the first. It'll be Jaden Ledee checking in. Nogel Eastern to the bench for Iowa. So McGowan's off the mark with his second missed free throw.
You could tell as soon as he shot it, he knew it missed because he was already taking a step into the paint, getting ready to chase it down.
It's a tough pass, almost stolen away there by Drell. Into the corner for Ellis. Now it's Walter to L. Ledee's three on the way, misses everything.
Oh, good rebound again by Martez Brown, but he threw it away.
Turns it over. Back the other way comes Rip City.
Oh, geez. That was a little staccato dribble, kind of stuck at the hip and let him continue.
Here's Drell, top of the key, driving it. Left hand shot is up and good.
He's just putting on a show here in the opening quarter. Nobody able to stop him. He attacks the rim. He means business, that's for sure. 14 points of business so far.
There's a blocked shot. L. Ellis' shot rejected by Booknight. Booknight gets it back in transition. Now they swing it around Drell. Does he keep the hot hand? No, in and out. Just misses the three. Now it's Keels the other way. Keels back out to the wing. Now top of the key for L. Ellis. Ledee comes on a ball screen. Ellis into the paint. Kick out for Walter Ellis. Three is up, rattles in and out, no good. Ledee with the little baby hook in the lane for the putback. Iowa was kind of stuck on 12 there for a couple of minutes.
Yep.
Back to a single-digit lead here for Rip City. And McGowan's going to be fouled, and he'll be headed back to the free throw line.
Fouls on Martez Brown, I guess. We got a timeout.
Yeah, mandatory timeout taken. 2:50 to go here in quarter number 1. It's the Remix 22, the Iowa Wolves 14. We'll have more Wolves basketball right after this break. Now back here for the final 2:50 of the first quarter. It's the Rip City Remax in town to take on the Iowa Wolves here in Des Moines, Iowa at the Wells Fargo Arena. And it's Rip City 22-14 right now, leading the Iowa Wolves as Iowa off to a slow shooting start, 27% from the field.
Rip City at 53%, 9 of 17, but they've missed all 3 of their threes. Iowa's 2 of 9 from 3. Rip City's made 3 of their 5 free throws. Iowa's missed their only attempt. 4 points for Jesse Edwards, but he also has those 3 turnovers that have cost Iowa. On the other side, it's been the Henry Drell show. 5 of 8 from the field, but 0 for 2 from 3. He's hit all 3 of his free throws. He has 4 rebounds and an assist for 14 points to lead all scorers here in the opening quarter.
So it'll be Bryce McGowan's back at the free throw line here. He's 0 for 2 from the line. 0 for 1 from the field. So a chance to get on the scoreboard here, and he does. Good looking free throw there by Bryce McGowan.
That matches the biggest lead at 10 for the Remix. Iowa led early, 5-0 start. And then the Remix went on a 10-point run to take the lead back and never looked back, 10-9, and they've kept up with it.
Walter Ellis catches on the wing, drives it. Jaden Ledee, 3 on the way, is up and good.
Ledee off the bench now with 5.
Also checking in Nick Mazinski. And there's Ellis, some pressure in the backcourt. There's McGowan's operating. Ledee switches, he'll defend McGowan's. Drive to the basket, a little layoff. Mazinski there to flush it through with 2 hands.
Well, they have some bigs that if you don't keep them out of there, they're going to just bury it. Mazinski's one of them.
Keels drives it back for Ledee. Ledee's 3 is up and good.
Well, that's what you got to do if the big's going to stay down there in the paint to help out. Ledee with back-to-back 3s. Iowa now 4 of 11 from downtown.
Kind of keeping him in this one. Ledee with back-to-back 3s. Here's a 3 from the left wing. Off the mark, no good, and Ledee with the rebound.
Ledee's one of those guys, sometimes he comes off that bench, John, and he fills up a scorebook for a while. He's done it so far here in this quarter.
And L. Ellis, floater is good. Let's see what the call was. So they got 42 Bouknight with the foul. And that's away from the ball.
Yeah.
So it'll be Martez Brown to shoot 1.
You kind of hook Martez Brown trying to get through the screen there as Moore comes in now. Tajay Moore coming back in for Rip City. I don't know if he was mentioned yet. Cameron Tyson was also in the game. Is he still out there for Rip City as well?
Free throw by Martez. High off the back of the iron, but falls straight through. So the lead is now just a 1-possession lead for Rip City, 26-23. And there's Moore. Oh, beautiful drive. Wanted a foul, didn't get it. Now it's L. Ellis.
Oh, my goodness. Bouknight and Keels. I don't know if Keels down right now. Oh.
Ledee has it in the corner. Ledee in the paint. Flicks it up. Shot no good, and we've got a timeout.
I don't know what happened. Keels and Bouknight kind of got tangled up, and I don't know what caused it. It was it just accidentally tripped on the foot of Bouknight as he was going down the court. And
so Trevor Keels still down on the floor, and we had a technical foul issued on Tajay Moore.
He's still mad about the shot that didn't get when he missed the layup down at the other end, so he carried it with him to the front court after they got the rebound. Not a good technical.
Well, I think they wanted to let the play out before issuing the technical. Would be my only, unless he said something after the dead ball with Keels on the floor.
Trevor Keels has just been one of those solid performers for the Iowa Wolves all season. I mean, that was just a accidental clipping of the foot as they were going down court, and something like this to happen to take him out of the game, that's not good.
Boy,
not putting any pressure on it at all. So
no, that's a very ginger walk back towards the bench or the locker room for Trevor Keels.
And you know Trevor, he can handle contact, but it's just an unfortunate clipping to the feet, and here we go. Out goes Trevor on this one. We hope it's not a long long term here.
At this point, you just kind of hope it's an ankle.
Yeah.
And nothing more serious. You see the replay here, and yeah, it's definitely an ankle.
Yeah.
Left ankle that just rolled after stepping on the foot of the defender as Walter Ellis knocks down the free throw.
It'll be Rip City ball now, isn't it?
Yeah. Rip City basketball. Iowa trailing by just 2. The largest lead for Rip City was 10.
And Cook Yacht is checked back in for Iowa as Trevor Keels has to leave the court to get attention. Now we got a whistle away again. Shot clock maybe.
I'm not 100% sure what the stoppage would be for. They're going to reset the clock to 57.2. And we're going to go with it. I'm not sure that's exactly what they wanted for the shot clock, but we'll play on.
Oh, good strip. And Ledee knocks it off the leg of Boatwright.
Yeah, that was good hands there by Jaden Ledee, who's played really well since coming in.
Yeah, he's
got 8 points.
He's the reason we're back into this game. He's really done well.
Chance to take the lead here for Iowa with the 3, and L. Ellis hoists one up. Got it.
L. Ellis now with 7 now on that one. Excuse me, not L. He has 5.
So this second group for Iowa has really come in and taken care of business. After trailing by 10, they lead it by 1. There's Moore. Good pass inside, good ball movement. Wide open 3 from the wing, no good. And into the hands of Moore. He can't gather it in. And the left hand lay in by Muszynski.
Very active hands in there by Rip City to keep it alive for Muszynski, and Iowa going to go for the last shot here.
5 seconds. L. Ellis, long 3. That's off the mark, no good. And that's the end of the first quarter. Well, the Remix led by as many as 10. Their lead at the end of 1 is 1. 28-27, the Remix leading the Wolves. More Wolves basketball after this break. Now back here for the start of the second quarter here at the Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. John McDermott alongside Tony Etseni. It's the Iowa Wolves hosting Rip City Remix, and it's Rip City in front by 1 here, 28-27, Tony.
Yeah, 3 lead changes in that opening quarter. Henry Drell was outstanding, 5 of 8 from the field, but missed both of his threes. He had all 3 of his free throws, 4 rebounds and 14 points to lead the way for Iowa. I believe it's Jaden Ledee leading the way, but the official scoring here doesn't show him even in the game. But there's an icebreaker.
Yeah, Dillingham on the board with his first two. So they're going to play Dillingham and L. Ellis in the backcourt together.
Dillingham 0 for 6 from the field prior to that shot in the first quarter, 0 for 3 from 3.
There's a three ball off the mark, no good. Dillingham with the rebound.
Coming off the bench maybe with a little different purpose after that slow start.
Dillingham in the lane, off the window and in with the right hand.
And he says, I can't hit the outside jumper, so let me just go to the rim. 2 baskets at the rim, and that usually will get you going, John.
Dillingham with 4 quick points. Iowa's lead is 3. Edwards runs down the rebound and drops it for Walter Ellis. Ellis will bring it across the timeline for Iowa. Dillingham now. Dillingham into the paint, lobs it up. Edwards falling out of bounds, had to save it to a teammate. Now it's Bouknight. They'll swing it around. 3 ball up and good. That's Alex Reese knocking it down.
That's 7 now for Reese in the ball game. We're all tied up.
Dillingham left open, 3 balls up and good.
Yeah, a whole different second quarter than it was the first for Dillingham. He's hit all 3 of his shots here. 7 quick points.
7 points in less than a minute and a half to start the second. Here's Moore in the corner, wide open 3 on the way, and it's up and good. That's Romeo Weems. Tied at 34. Dillingham just shredding the defense off the dribble. A bucket and a foul as Rob Dillingham, a different Rob Dillingham, has checked in here in the second quarter. Boy, he was 0 for in the first quarter and now just cannot miss.
Yeah, he's just shaking and baking it out there, and he put the little frosting on top of that donut as he gets the and one coming.
Well, you see the change in speed, change in direction that Dillingham has with the basketball.
Like I said, pregame, I was watching him. He just looked untouchable out there, and then he just struggled to start. Good decision, maybe get him off and shake his head off, but boy, easy break.
Boy, Iowa in transition just does not get back, and Weems with the easy dunk.
That was a sleepwalk defensively by Iowa there.
Here's L. Ellis. Ellis has it poked away, and as he tried to save it, flicks it out of bounds, so it'll go back to Rip City.
That's one thing. Both teams had now 10 total turnovers, but Iowa without a steal in that first quarter. Remix had 4.
So Minaya, a little bit out of control, steps on the baseline, trying to go underneath the basket. Good defense by Nogel Eastern.
Rip City will stay on the road. They'll take on the Memphis Hustle on the 15th and 16th, while Iowa will play Greensboro at home here on the 15th. Upcoming games for both teams.
Dillingham on the wing, into the paint. Dillingham
partially blocked from the backside there.
Here comes Bouknight. Bouknight in the paint. Kicks to Weems. 3 off the mark, no good.
Wow.
Off the feet of Alex Reese.
I tell you what, Moore went flying over the top that time of Jesse Edwards to knock that ball loose, and that's for hope for the rebound there.
Good pressure in the backcourt. L. Ellis easily across the timeline for Iowa. Ellis around a screen, flips one up, in and out, no good. And a rebound by Dillingham, just threw it right to Moore. And Dillingham runs it down. Boy, he is everywhere.
I'm tired watching him here. Just nothing but motion.
Inside for Nogel Eastern. Left hand shot is up and good.
Good entry pass there. Good catch by Nogel to get himself reset and get the easy bucket.
Boy, it's up and down. Pace has really picked up here. 39-36. Wolves lead by 3. Is that their largest lead? No, Iowa's largest lead was 5.
5-0 start. That's the last time they.
Another steal. Now it's Jesse Edwards, a 7-footer. Gives off for Walter Ellis, and it's going to be an offensive foul.
And that was a good read that time. Give credit. Who is that, 76? Yes. Moore just saw it coming, and he just stood there and waited for Jesse Edwards, who wasn't even paying attention to him, looking to the wing, and just took that hit by Edwards. Smart play.
Well, it stays at a single-digit lead. Here's, another steal by Iowa. L. Ellis back the other way. Ellis for Walter Ellis. Into the paint. Gives it off for Edwards. Again, he just can't corral it.
His hands just aren't there tonight. Kind of grab that basketball. Now an easy flush at the other end and a foul now by Edwards. He's just making mistakes on both ends. Can't catch it at one end. He got back late. Should have just let that one go. Now you're going to get the and one.
Good explosion off the dribble by Justin Minaya as he stares down Jesse Edwards after the flush.
Baker checking in for Iowa. William Baker now. He's had some moments in there. He's going to have more. This is a couple of bigs that like to attack the basket. Baker's going to need to be strong in there.
And we're tied at 39 after the three-point play by Minaya. Dillingham around the screen. Bounce pass for Ellis. Ellis, tough shot, up and good with the floater.
Boy, I thought he was going to bounce one down to Nojel, but good touch there by Ellis.
There's Reese. Step back three, up and good. Boy,
that was a
high degree of difficulty there.
For a big man to make that move up top, that was cool. Oh, man, Dillingham, just an ankle breaker.
Stop, pop from three, no good, gets his own rebound.
There you go.
No look pass for Eastern. Now Nojel will go to work and has it swatted by Drell. It'll stay with Iowa. Fast and frenetic here. Remix lead is 42-41. Dillingham will trigger it in here for Iowa with 14 on the shot clock. Or rather 7. They put it back to 7 seconds.
Got to do something here, guys. There's only 4 seconds.
Eastern got to shoot him.
No, bad. Just nobody paying attention to the shot clock to start. Nojel took 3 seconds just to get rid of the ball in the entry.
I don't think he knew they reset it from 14 to 7.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Teammates got to talk to each other out there and notice what's going on so everybody's aware, and did not communicate well on that play.
Here's Drell. And he loses it. Ellis in transition is going to go right at Drell and tries to hammer one, and Drell commits the personal foul.
And Drell said the word to himself. You could read his lips from down here. He was very mad at himself. Turned it over on one end and gets the foul at the other.
Well, timeout on the floor. We step away. Remix 42. The Iowa Wolves 41. 6:58 to go here in the second. More Wolves basketball right after this break. Now back here live at the Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. 6:58 to go here in the first half. And it's a 1-point lead for the Remix, 42-41. Reese with 10 points. And Drell with 14 for the Remix. And Dillingham with 10 here in the second quarter. He and Ledee have kind of paced Iowa here. Still waiting on official numbers. Scorers report.
We know Drell leads the way for the Remix with 14 points, and on the other end, I think went to the bench now with 10 is our man on rehab assignment, Rob Dillingham. All of them here in the second quarter.
Ellis looking for points 5 and 6, and he finds them at the line. So the Wolves back in front by 1, 43-42. Reese gives off for Minaya. Minaya through the lane and a little scoop shot with the left hand.
That's been the best game for Rip City, is when they attack the basket. And they have done a really good job in the paint against the Wolves tonight. Shooting from the outside has something to be said for.
Inside it goes for Baker. Sort of lost the handle, but now he'll go back to work. And that pass is deflected out of bounds. 6 on the shot clock.
I'd hate to have been on the other end if it wasn't deflected to catch and shoot with that one. That had some mustard on it.
So Walter Ellis will trigger in here. Finds L. Ellis. He's going to try and get going downhill here. Nogel Eastern 3-ball off the mark, no good. McGowan's with the rebound. Quick outlet, Bouknight. Inside they go.
Oh, man.
A little bit of a slide step, but gets away with it.
Yeah, a little shuffle there by Reese. It was so quick. I mean, we hardly had time to say anything, and LLS leaves a little floater short. And all of a sudden, Iowa's going cold, and the Remix are on the attack of the basket.
Well, there's a turnover. L. Ellis got a piece of it. Now it's Walter Ellis in the lane. Left-hand layup, no good. Baker there. Couldn't finish. Second attempt is up and good.
Good effort by Baker. His first bucket.
Bouknight with it up top. There's Minaya. Reese now top of the key. Back from Minaya, 3 on the way. Off the front of the rim, no good.
That's where you want them to shoot. Rip City hasn't shown any consistency from beyond the arc.
Into the corner, Yachts 3. That's off the back of the iron, no good. Here comes Rip City the other way, leads by 1. McGowans drives it, fades along the baseline. Tough shot there, gets it to go.
McGowan now with 4, and the Remix up by 3 as we go under 5 minutes to go in the half.
Al Ellis dribbles to the corner, now gives it off for Baker. Baker will shoot the 3 from the wing. That's off the front of the rim, no good. And Drell with the rebound. Here's Reese for 3, and Iowa dodges a bullet there.
Baker basically pushed Cook Yacht to get back on the other man, not paying attention defensively, and Tyson checking in along Musinski along this, but Rip City, and we're going to have a timeout first.
Well, timeout on the floor. We'll step away. Our second mandatory timeout. 4:24 to go here in the second quarter. It's the Remix 48, the Iowa Wolves 45. More Wolves basketball right after the break. Welcome back here to the Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. 4:24 to go here in the first half. And it's the Rip City Remix 48, the Iowa Wolves 45. Drell for Rip City leads all scorers with 16. And right now, Ellis, the leading scorer on the floor with 9 for Iowa.
Well, the Remix will be on the road after tonight's game with Iowa. They'll play the 15th and 16th against the Memphis Hustle in Memphis before coming home on the 20th and 22nd with Salt Lake City for their home games, and the Iowa Wolves will stay home. Rip City on the, after Rip City, Greensboro on the 15th. And the Valley Suns on the 23rd and 24th before hitting the road for a while.
McGowans looks to drive. Good defense by L. Ellis. And Baker not able to control the rebound. Here's a three from the wing off the mark. And again, Baker, oh, that time he corrals it. Nice job by Baker to take that away from McGowans. Here's Baker, top of the key with the dribble. Now it's Ellis. Eastern. Yacht puts it on the floor. Pull-up jumper off the mark. Eastern tries to save it, but...
Boy, I hope you didn't get hurt there. That was an awkward trying to save there around that basket beyond the baseline. Comes out okay for that.
Cameron Tyson's checked in for Rip City. There's a shot in the lane, up and good for Moore. Tajay Moore with the bucket.
Rip City's done a much better job from 5 foot to the basket. They just continuously, though, don't take advantage of that by shooting threes and missing those. So it's kept Iowa in the game. They've been good at attacking the basket more than they have been shooting that outside jumper.
There's Eastern on the attack. Nogel can't get it to go, but they're going to have a foul whistled on Mazinski.
That's just his first personal. Team foul number 3 as Martez Brown will check in. And Jesse Edwards is going to check back in now. Cook Yacht checks out.
Jesse Edwards will come back on for Will Baker. So Martez Brown and Jesse Edwards on for Iowa. Baker and Yacht to the bench.
Nobody's led by more than 10. That was a remix a few times. Iowa biggest lead was at 5. And another free throw opportunity missed there by Nogel.
Has not been a strong suit here at Wells Fargo the last few games for Iowa. Good ball movement. Drell steps into a 3 off the mark, no good. Edwards with a nice box out.
Yeah, Drell had 14 in the first quarter. He only has 2 here in the second quarter. Still leads all scorers with 16.
Back pass for Brown. Nogel Eastern catches, fires a 3, up and good. Boy, you kind of hesitated.
Yeah.
Usually when you do that, that's lowers your chances of success, but he knocks that one down from the right corner.
Eastern now with 8 for the Wolves.
Tyson pull-up jumper's good.
Tyson's first bucket of the game.
Yeah, they signaled a 3-pointer there, but it was nowhere near a 3.
No.
Here's Walter Ellis, shot up and good. That one was a 3 ball.
Yeah. I think the score should be 52-51 right now, is it not?
I don't know if they gave them 3. Yeah. There was a signal for a 3-point shot, and they're going to review it at the next dead ball.
Oh, there's no doubt a foul there. Drell mugged as he went up with that after he kind of lost it. He'll go to the line.
So Drell headed to the free throw line, chance to add to those 16 points. So it'll be Drell at the line. Leading scorer for both teams so far here tonight with 16, chance to make it 18. And the free throw for Drell is up and softly in.
Iowa's done a good job on McGowans, who's just been lighting it up as late, 30-plus games. Of course, the franchise-high 46-point game on the 1st of January. But tonight, just 4 points here in the half, and now just another bad turnover by L. Ellis right into the hands of Drell.
And Drell has his shot blocked, and Eastern can't run it down in the corner.
Yeah, Martez Brown, good defense there to save an easy bucket by Drell. 19 on the shot clock, but 1 minute.
Stops, pops, fade away, no good. Martez Brown with the rebound for Iowa. Ellis looks up the floor. Finds Martez Brown, now Nogel Eastern. L. Ellis.
That's a foul. That's as dumb as the delayed call. I mean,
late call and maybe a delay of game on McGowans.
McGowans definitely got into the back of L. Ellis and put him to the floor. First foul on McGowans.
But after the whistle and the foul, McGowan heaves a half-court shot. If that's not a delay of game, I don't know what is.
14 on the shot clock as Walter Ellis will trigger the inbounds here.
So Walter Ellis triggers in here for Iowa. 14 on the shot clock. Minute 6 to go here in the first half. Here's Eastern. Up top for Ellis. Walter Ellis, 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Drell in the open floor. Back pass for Mazinski. Nearly stolen away by Eastern. Good ball movement, and a 3 on the way is up and good for Cameron Tyson. Here's Ellis. Tyson defends him. Edwards will try the mid-range jumper, no good, and last touch, they're going to say Iowa basketball. I think they are going to challenge that one. And they'll probably also take a look at that three-point shot a few minutes back to see if it was an actual 3 or a 2. But so maybe a couple things to review here, and we'll keep it right here as we've had both the mandatory timeouts here in the second quarter.
Again, Tristan Newton was with Iowa for a while. He's back up with Minnesota. Jalen Clark's been up there for a few weeks now. Amari Bailey on the injured list. Isaac Nojes Gonzalez out with an injury with Rip City as far as tonight's players on the roster here. And of course the addition tonight of Rob Dillingham from the Timberwolves on a rehab assignment. So we welcome Rob. His first quarter was a rehab in hell, but the second quarter has been pretty darn good, John.
Yeah, the second quarter, although not a lot of minutes in the second quarter. I think he played, what, the first 5 minutes of the quarter, and we haven't seen him since. But, yeah, Dillingham showed about a 5-minute glimpse of what he's capable of, and that was 10 real quick points. And expect to see more of that in the second half from Dillingham.
Yep. Let's see Ledee get back in there. When Iowa really made that run after falling behind 10, Jaden Ledee was really instrumental in that, and then he's kind of had a seat on the bench since then. Let's see if he gets back into action. And he's been one of those players all year. It's either all or nothing, but when he's all, it's a pretty good game, and he had a pretty good run there in the late first quarter, second quarter to help Iowa.
Probably one of the better rebounders on the roster for Iowa, and he does a really nice job on the offensive glass. Shown the ability to knock down a 3, has a couple threes here in the first half, does Ledee. So a guy that I'd like to see him, get some more minutes, but he's kind of had to bide his time here a little bit, but starting to get a little more opportunity now that Leonard Miller's back with the parent club. So I expect to see more Ledee here in the second half as well.
Yeah, and then of course Henry Drell's been outstanding for the remix. He really helped them build that early lead that they have really kind of back and forth after they built that lead, but he's done well, and I was really giving credit Bryce McGowan to struggle tonight, one of the leading scorers in the NBA G League, and he has a couple of 30-plus point performances as of late, plus a 46-point franchise record. So he's one of those guys that can light it up, and so far he's been very quiet. And they did change the ruling. It is Rip City ball, so it's a good challenge. 30.2 seconds on the game clock here in the first half.
So they did take 1 point off the scoreboard as well for that made shot that was ruled a 3, but it was clearly a 2-point shot. So about a 6-second differential, and there's going to be a foul on Martez Brown.
And that'll send Drell to the line.
And that's a 15 foul on Iowa.
Yep. Third foul on Brown.
So Drell a chance to make it 20 points here in the first half for the remix. Well, he's on his way to a 40-point game, Tony.
Oh, yeah.
That franchise record might be in jeopardy.
46 is it. We've talked about that, so.
And Drell knocks it down. He's got 20 to lead all scorers. Seems like an easy 22. He hasn't had to work real hard for what it seems like. He's taken advantage of all of his opportunities.
Well, the shot clock's off here, so down to under 10.
Ellis around the screen. Kicks for Eastern. Nojel's 3 on the way. Off the mark, no good. Edwards, rebound, shot up and no good at the buzzer. Would have counted had it gone, but Edwards off the mark with the little 8-footer. And that'll send us to the halftime break. Well, the largest lead in the contest was 10 for the Remix. At the half, it stands at 8, 59-51. Rip City leads the Iowa Wolves. We'll have halftime stats and more. We'll take a look at the upcoming schedules for both teams as well. More Iowa Wolves basketball right after the break. Welcome back here. Halftime at the Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. 59-51. Rip City, the Remix, leading the Iowa Wolves. 59-51. And from a shooting standpoint, Tony, Iowa just 35.8% from the field. And 50% shooting here for Rip City has kind of been the difference here. Late in the second quarter, it was Rip City able to kind of pull back away and extend the lead to 8.
Yeah, and the other thing, both teams combined for 22 turnovers and both teams combined for 13 steals, so sloppy on the offensive end at times. The Remix only 4 of 16 from downtown. They were 0 for 10 at one time, so they've hit 4 of their last 6. Iowa 8 for 23 for 35% from down there. Overall, again, 36%, 19 of 53, while the Remix at 50% at 22 of 44. The rebounding margin, pretty even. Iowa +3 there, 27-24. The assists to baskets, Iowa's had 9 assists as a team with 19 makes, and the Remix have 12 assists on their 22 makes here in this first half. As far as leaders go, Henry Drell's had an outstanding first half. He's 6 of 12 from the field, but he's missed all 4 of his threes. But he's set for the double-double, as he has 6 rebounds as well with his 20 points, team high points and game high points. 10 for Alex Reese and 9 for Justin Minaya are the leaders for the Remix. On the Iowa Wolves side, double-figure scorer is only Rob Dillingham. He had a tough first quarter. He was over 6, 4 for 6 in the second quarter, hit 1 of his 5 threes in this game, 10 points to lead the way. Off the bench, Jaden Ledee, we talked about him. He has 9 points, and William Baker has 8 points, and also Nogel Eastern with 8 points for the Iowa Wolves.
Yeah, you look at points in the paint, 32-22 advantage for the Remix. Second chance points, Iowa with an advantage there, 11-4. But fast break points, Iowa with just 1 fast break point in transition to 8 for the Remix. So Iowa not been a strong suit of theirs all year long, but certainly not getting into transition or getting any easy baskets here tonight.
You know, like we like to do here at the Wells Fargo Arena tonight, some kids from down southern Iowa, Albia, girls and boys playing against each other here at halftime, entertaining the crowd. The lead changes in the first half. There were 7 lead changes. The game was tied up 3 times again. Iowa off to a quick 5-0 start, and then the Remix just jumped back, took a 10-9 lead, never looked back for a while, building as many as a 10-point lead a few times. Iowa and the Remix then battled back and forth for a little while, but the Remix take this 8-point lead here at the break, John.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see Dillingham on that rehab assignment. We were told not necessarily a minutes restriction on Rob Dillingham, but we weren't 100% sure how much we'd see him. Only saw him about half of that second quarter.
But if you watch him when he's on the floor, I mean, he's 100 miles an hour. There is no way he's going to play 30 minutes like that. I mean, that's a lot of energy burn on both sides of the court. He is 100 miles an hour when he's out there.
Well, hopefully we see the Dillingham from the second quarter and not the first quarter here as we get back rolling here in the second half. But still about 9 minutes away from the start of the second half. We'll take a quick timeout, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the schedules up ahead for both of these two squads as we're now well into the regular season post-showcase portion of the schedule. And Iowa has 7 games under their belt, only 3 games for Rip City. So they not quite as front-loaded schedule-wise after that showcase as Iowa, but we'll take a look at the schedules for both teams when we come back. At the half, 59-51, an 8-point lead for the Remix over the Wolves. More Wolves basketball after this timeout. Yeah, welcome back here to the Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. John McDermott alongside Tony Etseni. The Rip City Remix 59, the Iowa Wolves 51, an 8-point lead for the Portland Trailblazers affiliate Rip City. And a 20-point night so far here in the first half for Henry Drell, 6 of 12 shooting. And he's all 5 of 5 at the line. He's taken advantage of all of his trips to the line, Tony. Nobody else with more than 10 points scoring. 10 out of Alex Reese for Rip City, and 10 to lead all scores for the Iowa Wolves from Rob Dillingham. And that came all in about a 3 or 4 minute span to start the second quarter. But right now, it's Henry Drell leading everyone with those 20 points in the first half.
Well, you had to wonder too. Here's Rip City. They're only 1-2. They've only played 3 games. It's been a week since they've played. I mean, you can practice all you want. It doesn't make it feel like game time here. And then tonight, their first game in 7 days since they played on the 6th when they lost 129 to 105. So after tonight, they'll be hitting the road a couple days from now. On the 15th and 16th, they'll be in Memphis against the Memphis Hustle before coming home with Salt Lake City on the 20th and 22nd. 3 o'clock start on the 20th, a 6:30 start on the 22nd for the Rip City Remix. For the Iowa Wolves, they'll stay at home. Wednesday night, we'll be back here with Greensboro in town. Then they'll have a week off before they come back here. And the Valley Suns will be in town on the 23rd and 24th. And then you won't see Iowa again here at the Wells Fargo Arena until February 7th and 8th against Stockton. Again, as the NBA G League action started tonight, only one team in the league remained undefeated. That was the Santa Cruz Warriors. They are 5-0 on this G League regular season, and tonight they were taking on the Valley Suns, so we'll see if they stay that way. But the only remaining unbeaten in the league is Santa Cruz.
I was kind of watching the Iowa Wolves as they came out of the tunnel after the halftime break, and no sign of Trevor Keels.
Yeah.
Which is a bad sign for the Iowa Wolves as they lose yet another starter. They've lost a couple to assignment back up to Minnesota. No Jalen Clark, and we haven't had Leonard Miller for the last, 5 or 6 games since the showcase, basically. So Iowa a little bit shorthanded here without Keels back in the lineup here in the second half.
We were talking about Jaden Ledee. There's only one Iowa player with plus minutes, and that's Jaden Ledee at 18 plus when Henry Drell's in the game for Rip City.
All right, our final timeout. When we come back, start of the third quarter. It's 59-51. Rip City leads the Iowa Wolves at the half. More Wolves basketball after this break. back here. Started the third quarter at the Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. 59-51. Rip City with an 8-point lead at the half. And Iowa is going to start with Ledee, Cook Yacht, Nojel Eastern, Jesse Edwards, and Rob Dillingham. It'll be Bryce McGowens, Reese, Drell, Minaya, and Tajay Moore, the starting five here to start the third quarter for head coach Sergi Oliva.
And again, Trevor Keel's injured in the first half. He played 11 minutes, had just the 2 points, an assist, but definitely an ankle injury of some type. We hope it's not severe, but won't be back probably in this one.
And Nojel Eastern knocks down a three to start the half for Iowa.
Nojel 3 of 5 from 3. Iowa 9 of 24 now as a team. Nojel in the double figures now with 11 points.
A drive and a turnover into the hands of Yacht. Cook Yacht looks to drive it, has it poked away. Now it's more the other
side
way.
of the head there, but no call.
Drop off and a left-hand shot, no good, but a tip follow there by Minaya. So Rip City fortunate there.
Minaya now with 11 in the ball game. And now another turnover. Dillingham getting himself in the air and nowhere to go. And good drive there. 3-on-1. Rip City will make you pay for it if you don't get back on defense. They've done that quite a few times in the first half.
Well, the lead back to 9, 63-54. Dillingham has it poked away. Drell got control, and then he was fouled by Dillingham.
Yep. And Dillingham kind of thought the ball was just going to go out of bounds, and good hustle by Rip City. And by the time Dillingham realized it wasn't, he was there late, and thus picks up the personal foul. So you always got to be thinking. Dillingham kind of took his foot off the gas there instead of going after that basketball. First game back on a rehab assignment for Rob Dillingham out of the University of Kentucky.
There's Bryce McGowan. Tough shot swatted away by Edwards.
McGowan's now 1 of 6 from the field. Again, he has been a offensive threat for this Rip City team, but tonight just held to 4 points thus far.
McGowan's catches, fires, shot no good off the inbound.
And you can see his head. He's just shaking his head. He just said, I can't find it tonight.
Dillingham lobs it up for Ledee, and he loses it on the way. Tried to catch and then off the backboard, but there's a nice finish on the other end and a timeout quickly called by Iowa as Moore with an easy finish in transition. 65-54, the lead is 11, the largest of the ball game for the Remix as they lead the Wolves. 10:25 to go in the third. More Wolves basketball after this timeout.
There's Trevor.
Back here live at the Wells Fargo Arena, an early timeout there by Ernest Scott, the head coach of the Iowa Wolves. Didn't like what he saw. An 8-point lead at the half swelled to 11, 65-54. But a couple early turnovers and a couple transition buckets, a little bit concerning. So Iowa wanted to stop the bleeding here a little bit. 20
for Drell, 11 for Minaya, 10 for Reese lead the way for the Remix. It's 11 for Eastern and 10 for Dillingham lead the way for Iowa offensively.
Dillingham on a little pull-up jumper, that's good.
Biggest lead of the game. It was at that 11-point mark for the remix. Now it's back down to 9.
Here's Minaya. Drives it right at the rim. Can't finish, and Edwards there for the rebound. Well defended by Eastern. Nojel Eastern. Dribble entry to the wing. Drops it back for Dillingham. Dillingham. Fade away. Shot up and good.
Moore's like, I don't want to guard this guy. Thank you for the switch. And then Dillingham made him pay.
4 straight for Dillingham. The lead back to 7. Reese into the corner. Minaya looks to drive it. And a foul called.
I think it's on Ledee.
Yeah, I think Ledee, they show number 9. That's Jaden Ledee with the personal foul.
Just his first second team foul on Iowa. None have been whistled on the remix yet here in this early part of the third quarter. Again, welcome everybody watching on NBAGleague.com. Our crew chief tonight is Marcy Williams. We'll get you the other officials here in a second if you didn't know. And nice three-point shot there by Moore.
Tajay Moore knocks down the 3. He's got 7 in the ball game. Dillingham around the screen. And a bump, and the shot no good. They're going to get Moore from behind. So that'll send Dillingham to the free throw line.
Yeah, the referee tonight is Clyde Mula, who just made that call, and the umpire Gina Cantanzariti, as her father lovingly calls her, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Dillingham's free throw up and good. He's got 6 here in the quarter.
Held scoreless in the opening quarter, 16 total now for Dillingham. Again on rehab assignment from Minnesota.
Reese, 3 from a long ways away, no good. Dillingham high for the rebound. Here comes Dillingham, stops, 3 ball up, no good.
Oh, Ledee knocked that one. Ooh, I think Ledee's the one that knocked that out of bounds. At the bodies went flying.
Coach Oliva.
Everybody wants a. Yeah, they did correct it. That's the right call. It was Ledee that definitely came flying through there and knocked it out of bounds. I couldn't believe they were pointing the wrong way there for a second, but they got it corrected without having to look back at it.
Here's
good block by Edwards.
Drell tried the left-hand shot in the lane, but Edwards sent it back.
Edwards had a first half he didn't want to remember, and he's trying to erase it right there as he erases that shot. Oh,
and that's going to be Cook Yacht whistle for the personal as he went through the Reese screen.
There's a lot of bodies flying to the floor here in the last 30 seconds.
That's going to be a dead ball foul, so that'll be a free throw in the basketball here for Rip City. Reese will shoot 1 for 1 and knocks down the free throw.
Coach Ernest Gunn is like, seen enough.
Well, the lead right back to, oh no, I checked that. It's a 9-point lead after the Reese free throw.
Sergio Oliva, the head coach over the remix over there. Rip City, again, they come in 1-2, Iowa 1-6 in this regular season portion of the NBA G League.
Well defended there, and Nojel Eastern comes away with the loose ball.
Boy.
Up ahead for Edwards. Now it's Dillingham. Into the corner. Yacht for 3. Got it.
Yeah, Cook can get that. He give him an open look. That's his spot on the baselines. 6-point game now. Cook's first bucket. We got a whistle and foul the other way.
McGowan's finishes with the tough shot over Ledee.
So McGowan's starting to heat up after only 4 in the first half. That's 8 now in the ball game, and he's looking for number 9 with the free throw here. You knew sooner or later guys like McGowan's would get it going, and there's no way you're going to shut him down all night.
So Bryce McGowan, 6'6" guard out of Nebraska, will shoot 1 for 1 here to complete the 3-point play.
Nobody's led by more than 11. That'd be the remix a few times. Iowa Wolves only lead at 5. That was at 5-0, a free throw missed.
Boy, he's missed 3 at the line tonight.
That's 5 points left off the board with the misses. A nice move that time by Nojel Eastern.
in transition. Minaya can't get it to go, and a foul called. And that's going to be Dillingham. Whistle for the personal.
Dillingham wants Coach Scott to either look at that or take him out. I don't know which one. Dillingham saying I'm straight up, trying to talk to the official out there, but not going to change anything as Minaya will go to the line looking for points number 12 and 13 with this free throw, and he does it.
So the lead back to 8. That's where we started the third quarter. 73-65, Rip City in front. And Dillingham almost threw that one away. Gets it back. Top of the key now. Dillingham three-pointer on the way. Off the back of the iron, no good.
Boy, Ledie's just fighting for everything right now. And I think it should have been. You know what? If that wasn't his rebound, that was a foul then, because he was definitely ripped from over the back. But they're going to give Iowa the ball. 14 on the shot clock.
I get a kick out of all these guys. They want a every call challenge. You only get 2 in the game.
Yeah.
We had 1 less than a minute in.
And they challenged that they might get a foul out of it instead, because it was definitely a mugging.
Eastern drops it off for Edwards, and Edwards not able to finish, but he was fouled on the way up. So Jesse Edwards will shoot a free throw.
7 of 10 from the line for the Remix. They've left 5 points off the line. Iowa 4 of 6. They've left 4 points off the board with their free throws. Only the 7th attempt in the ball game for Iowa here.
So Edwards, the 7-footer, off the mark with that free throw. And Ledee was held. That's team foul number 3, so it'll be a...
Who was that foul on, though? Was it on Drell?
It was on 16. Well, there is no 16.
Right, I think it might have been on Drell.
Well, it was either Drell or Reese. Here's Eastern for 3. That one's up and good.
Yeah, that foul was on Drell. That's his second. He had 1 coming into that one, so
the lead is now 5. Nogel Eastern knocked down a second 3 of the quarter. And there's a nice shot there by McGowans.
Yeah, he's waking up. He has 10 now, 6 here in this third quarter.
Dillingham for Nogel Eastern. Eastern looks to put it on the floor, finds Ledee, 3 on the way, no good. And here comes Rip City in transition. Moore pulls up for 3, off the mark.
Let them take those all day, really. Rip City's better when they're attacking. Oh, nice pass into the corner, but good defensive recovery there.
Yeah, Minaya with a nice closeout. Eastern into the paint, spins, shot up, no good, but a foul on Justin Minaya.
His second personal foul. Everybody's going to be shooting free throws. It's going to be a long third quarter if they keep tomahawk chopping out there, John, because everybody's already to the limit here.
Well, the lead is 7. Eastern with a chance to make it 5 with a made free throw.
Again, I will be home on the 15th. That's Wednesday night against Greensboro. 6:30 tip here at the Wells Fargo Arena. They stay home on the 23rd and 24th, so another week before playing again right here at the arena with Valley Suns coming to town. As far as the Rip City Remix, they'll stay on the road on the 15th and 16th. That's Wednesday and Thursday. They'll be at Memphis in the Hustle, and before coming home on the 20th and the 22nd with Salt Lake City coming to town.
Eastern knocks down the free throw. Cameron Tyson, James Booknight, and Nick Mazinski have all checked back in for Rip City.
And Eastern now with a team high 18 points to lead the way, and now we're going to get a foul on Jesse Edwards, as Walter Ellis will get set to check in now, and Martez Brown as well.
Edwards picks up his 4th foul.
So they're going to go smaller here with Eastern and Edwards out. Martez Brown and Ledee will be the bigs, and even Cook Yacht, but Yacht really more of a wing player. Oh, another free throw missed by McGowan.
Boy, he just kind of looks at himself in disbelief. If it's possible to look at yourself without a mirror. And the shot. Oh! But Ledee with a 2-hand flush on the follow.
Like I said, when Ledee's been in the game, he has been a spark for the Iowa Wolves, both in the first half and here in the third quarter.
Three on the way, no good. Kept alive by Dillingham, but out of bounds. Last touch by Rob.
Well, Ellis will take Dillingham's spot. He's pretty gassed by now. Like I said, he just goes 100 miles an hour. There's nothing left in the tank by the time he takes a break, so he's not one of those guys going to play 40 minutes a game down the road.
McGowan's back for Muszynski. Pull-up jumper on the way, no good, and kept alive, but into the hands of Ledee. Here comes Jaden down the middle of the floor. Sidesteps a defender, and he is fouled on the way up.
I'm not sure who it was. Tyson may have been the one that got him from the side. I'm not sure. Yes, it is on Tyson.
So it'll be Jaden Ledee back at the free throw line.
These officials are having fun tonight, especially with this Rip City lineup. I mean, 99, 96, 76, 60. You don't see numbers like that in basketball. They've got them all here.
So it'll be Ledee at the line, looking for points 11 and 12 here. And the free throw is up and good. So back to a 1-point lead. The Remix 75, Iowa 74. Muszynski, top of the key. Martez Brown defends him. Now it's Drell around a screen, three on the way, gets it to go.
Found all of that rim and down. Drell now with 23. He had 14 in the opening quarters. I'm about halfway through the opening quarter. He had 14 points, 9 cents.
Ellis into the paint. Yacht will try another three. Got it.
Oh, it's good to see Cook again. If he's on the left or right baseline, you better get to him because that's his spot on the court.
Here's McGowan's driving in a bucket.
That's where McGowan's is making his money right now. Instead of shooting that jumper, he just can't hit. He is taking it to the rim.
He's got to go back to the free throw line, though, where he's missed, what, 4 or 5 free throws tonight?
I think he's 1 of 5 from the free throw line. So right now it's a 3-point lead, looking to make it 4 as we near the 5-minute mark here in this third quarter.
So McGowan's has come alive offensively. He's got 12, chance to make it 13 here with a made free throw. Former Cornhusker. And shot is up and good.
Shakes his head as it goes in, saying thank you. Finally.
Here's Ledee. Into the paint. Finds Brown. Martez Brown.
That was a strong finish by Brown as the defense came there with Muszynski to try to challenge that one. Might have gotten a piece of it. Now we got a whistle and a
offensive foul on Muszynski on the screen. So Iowa with a chance to tie or take the lead here with a 3.
Since his offense is not free throw, second foul on Muszynski.
Ellis into the front court for Iowa. Hands for Walter Ellis. Now Ledee with it.
Oh boy, nobody paying attention.
And Bouknight.
Bouknight's first bucket of the ball game, but it's a big steal and a finish for him to give the Remix a 4-point lead.
Well, just like that, back to 4. Iowa hasn't quite been able to get over the hump, and Yacht on the drive loses it. And a turnover for Cook. Yacht quickly ahead in transition. A turnover as Cameron Tyson was battling a bad pass and the referee being right. And there might even been a little contact with the referee as he was trying to stay out of the way.
No Joel Eastern in for Cook. Yacht.
83-79. Rip City leads by 4.
We're kind of standing around not knowing what they're supposed to do offensively. You can tell they're not in the same rhythm.
Ledee pulls up, shot off the mark. Rebound by James Bouknight. Quickly into a 3 in transition. That's off the mark for Cameron Tyson. Iowa could use a bucket here. Trailing 4. Back pass and a turnover to Drell. Drell through the lane, drops it off for a streaking teammate from behind. That was McGowan's for the easy lay-in.
McGowan's had 4 at the break. He's now at 15. 11 third quarter points for McGowan.
Eastern to the bucket.
Bump there. Yeah, no doubt.
Fouled, and Drell goes flying along the baseline. No-Gel Eastern, one of the sturdier players in the G League.
Cy Chapman checking in for Iowa for the first time tonight, and Ledeen will go to the bench. And he's been working hard. Ledeen probably a little bit out of gas, and we've got a timeout.
Well, timeout on the floor. We'll step away. 3:21 to go here in quarter number 3. 85-79. Rip City leads the Wolves. We'll have more Wolves basketball right after this break. Now back here, 3:21 to go, quarter number 3. A quick review of that last play. 85-79, the Remix currently leading the Wolves, and as it stood, it was going to be No-Gel Eastern headed to the free throw line. I didn't see a challenge. I don't know if they were reviewing.
Well, they told me there was a challenge. I asked them when and they came over and said, "Is this a challenge?" And they said yes. So I'm not sure if they reversed it. Yeah, so they definitely challenged it.
So they say no foul on the play. And it'll be Rip City basketball.
Yep. 85-79. The biggest lead in this game has been by the Remix at 11. Iowa by 5. The 7 lead changes and 3 ties, but nothing's changed here in this third quarter as the Wolves have outscored the Remix by 2, 28-26, and another steal.
Martez Brown steals it away. Brown looks to drive it. Oh, and a foul called as Brown was up above the rim, ready to hammer one down.
Boatnight's going to pick up the personal. Both teams struggling, though, with turnovers. Iowa with 19 turnovers, 15 for the Remix. The Remix have 15 steals, Iowa with 7. So both carrying for the basketball and steals has not been something both teams have done very well with.
So Brown at the line, free throw off the mark.
Iowa now 7 of 11 from the free throw line. The Remix 10 of 14.
Bouknight looks to drive it. Bouknight in the paint, off the window, no good. Tip follow won't go.
Over the back here. Or no. Or they're going to call Eastern for pushing him out underneath with the body. Lower body push out's what they're going to call. And No-Gel knew it. He just rooted him out of there.
Well, had good position.
Yeah, there he goes.
Never elevated for the rebound.
No.
6'11" Mazinski gets himself to the free throw line. 6'11" center out of Belmont. Lefty free throw up and good.
Again, after a week off, the Remix playing here tonight will be at Memphis, the Hustle on the 15th and 16th. For you Remix fans, Iowa will be back home here for a Wednesday night, taking on Greensboro.
Al Ellis, floater off the rim, no good. Bouknight quickly the other way. Bouknight through the lane, shot no good, and a foul called. They're going to get Eastern again here.
Yep. Back-to-back fouls for Eastern. That gives him 3. And Moore, Reese, and Minaya all checking in now for the Rip City remix here.
So it'll be James Bouknight head into the free throw line here. Chance to increase the 8-point lead here for the remix. It was 8 at the half, and that's where it stands currently. And Bouknight free throw's good.
All 4 of his points here in the last minute for the remix to give him a 10-point lead. Again, double-figure lead for the remix. Every time he gets to this, Iowa makes a little run, but never have gotten over the hump.
Eastern fires the 3. In and out, no good. Martez Brown able to secure the rebound. Ellis drives it, drops it off. Little jumper up and good by
Chapman.
Cy Chapman getting his first action here of the first half, or the ball game. Here's a quick 3. Bouknight knocks down a 3 ball.
Bouknight all of a sudden is just 7 straight points here for Rip City. They lead by their biggest margin again for the 4th time, 11 points.
Chapman will try a 3. That's off the mark. Eastern with the rebound. Nogel kicks it out. Walter Ellis 3 is off the mark. Chapman, offensive rebound.
Oh, there's a foul.
No good. And Nogel Eastern.
Williams wants another.
I thought they missed the foul on when Chapman went up.
Oh yeah, Chapman definitely got hit on the base of the arm there as he went up, but Eastern will go to the line to shoot free throws here.
I've seen more challenge requests from players tonight than I think I've seen all year.
Yep. So Eastern will go to the line to try to add to his point total. His Iowa Wolves leading point total of 18, and now he has 20.
Well, Eastern's been good offensively.
I give credit to Chapman that time. He really battled on that offensive glass.
Up top, Minaya drives it with that left hand. Minaya into the paint. Top of the key, Reese for 3. That's no good. And Walter Ellis secures the rebound for Iowa.
Yeah, Brown with good hustle there, tipped it into Ellis's hand in the fight for the rebound.
Eastern looks to drive it. Nogel, shot won't go. Boy, Nogel had it in close. And Nogel's going to pick up a 4th foul.
Frustration foul there after he missed the bunny at the other end. I think he was looking more for contact and kind of took his focus off hitting that layup, and then out of frustration he comes back and picks up his 4th personal foul.
So Bouknight back to the free throw line here. Remix lead is 9. Chance to make it 11. Free throw up and good for James Bouknight. Are all 9 of his points here in the 3rd?
All of them in the last 2 minutes of this ball game. Yep.
Timely points for Bouknight. Ellis will try a 3. That's up and good.
Ellis now with a dozen, and Iowa back to within 8.
We're going to readjust the game clock here before we get back underway.
No matter what happens, Iowa will have one more possession at least.
Well, the lead is 6. Remix led by 8 at the half. A little surprised Rip City's not going 2 for 1 here. There's Moore. Drives it. Kicks it back. Nice finish there by...
Guess who?
Yeah, Bouknight, the man of the hour.
Yeah.
The man of the quarter.
11 points now. All of them here in the back stretch of this 3rd quarter. 10-point lead.
Ellis standing dribble out front. About a 3-second differential. Martez Brown will come with the ball screen.
And call Martez Brown for an illegal screen.
Ellis had knocked down the 3, but an illegal screen on Martez Brown. Boy, that was kind of a bang-bang play. 6 seconds. And some confusion as to where the inbound play is going to be.
Boatwright still standing there on the baseline and finally figures it all out.
They get it in. Now Moore going to go to work. Stops, pops, three on the way. Back iron, no good. And that's the end of the third quarter. Well, the Remix led by 8 at the half. They extend that lead to 10 after 3 quarters. 96-86. Rip City leads Iowa. More Iowa Wolves basketball as we head to the 4th after this break. Oh, back here live for the start of the 4th quarter. 96-86. Rip City leading the Iowa Wolves. Iowa's shooting percentage for the ballgame 40%. Rip City's now dipped below 50 at 49.3% shooting.
Yeah, Henry Drell leads all scorers with 23 for Rip City, 15 for Bryce McGowans. For the Iowa Wolves, they're led by Nogel Easton with 20 points and Rob Dillingham with 16. And Iowa looking to go faster, smaller here, but Rip City also has a couple of their bigs out of here. So Iowa's going to go Chapman, Walter Ellis, L. Ellis, Rob Dillingham, and Jason Ledee. Or Jadon Ledee, I mean, excuse me, Jason. Brain fart there.
Oh, nice steal there by Chapman. Takes it away from Minaya. Here's Dillingham. Finds Ellis. Walter Ellis drives it. Now back for L. Ellis. Ellis through the lane. Now back out to the right wing. Dillingham. Step back. Jumper on the way. In and out. Won't go.
Had a good look there. Nice fadeaway to get distance between the shot blocking attempt there. Ooh. That's Iowa ball.
It's going to be Iowa basketball. Tajay Moore not able to handle that pass through the lane.
Good close out there by Dillingham, though, to cause a little havoc there right on the baseline. On the other side of the court, let's see, who do we have? Oh, Boatwright, who had all of his points in the 3rd quarter, 11. He's out there.
It's Bouknight.
Oh, Bouknight. I say Boatwright. Well, he boat raced us in that 3rd quarter.
Here's Walter Ellis. 3 won't go. Iowa searching for a bucket. Oh, nice try by Bouknight. Couldn't finish. Minaya with the rebound. Reese's 3 from the corners up and good.
Yeah, Reese now to 14 points in the ball game on that 3-point bucket.
Ellis steps right into a 3 ball. That's off the front of the rim. Won't go. Chapman saves it. Ledee picks it up. Ledee inside and finishes.
Ledee now with 14 off the bench for Iowa.
Well, Chapman's been doing some good things when he's on the floor here.
Ledee also with 7 rebounds in the ball game as well. Off the bench. Yeah, miss me. Oh, okay.
Drive down the left side, knocked away and saved off of Bouknight out of bounds. It'll go back to Iowa.
Yeah, Walter Ellis knocked it away. Ellis saves it off of the feet of a remix player, so Iowa takes over down 11.
Up ahead, it's Ledee. Ledee finishes with the right hand. An easy one for Iowa as they kind of caught Rip City napping. So the lead back to single digits, 99-90. Minaya, 3 off the mark, rebounded.
Iowa's using that quickness right now to kind of push things, and that ball's knocked out.
Knocked away from El Ellis.
There's another signal for a review, but not going to get it by Weems.
I'm not so sure that wasn't last touch by Ellis, but I feel like there was a foul.
Ooh, dangerous.
Dillingham into the paint.
And he lost it off his leg.
It, and it's a turnover.
Yeah, the turnovers, 21 from Iowa, 16 from the remix. That's too high of a number. But both teams are just making a lot of mistakes out there.
Tajay Moore working off a screen. Gets the switch for Ledee. Oh, there's a turnover the other way. Dillingham. Bounce pass for Chapman, and he is fouled on his way to the basket.
Gerald Moore, that'll be a second. Team foul number 2 on the remix.
So Cy Chapman steps to the free throw line. Moore making sure Chapman doesn't get the easy bucket there.
Let's see what happens here. Nick Muszynski checking into the ball game now for the Rip City remix. So Ledee's going to have that assignment, and that's quite a bit of body difference there.
Chapman at the line. Free throw is up and good. I like what Cy Chapman's done since he's come into the game here for Iowa.
On the bench, Ledee and Chapman have been fantastic. Baker had his moments out there. El Ellis has been fantastic. Really, the bench has done really good for Iowa, keeping him in this game.
Bouknight matched up with Chapman. He gets a hand up on the 3, but Bouknight still knocks it down.
Boy, where did he come from? I mean, he was absolutely not even existent in that last 4 minutes of the third quarter till now. Bouknight with 14 points. Oh, nice shot.
Beautiful shot there by Dillingham. Up ahead. Oh, Chapman could have had a steal there. I don't think he saw the ball coming. And Bouknight inside. And he is fouled by El Ellis. Bouknight heading to the free throw line. Well, he has come alive here in the second half.
Yes, he has. He's been really the mainstay when you look at it. Drell had 14 points in that first quarter, and they were all within the first 8 minutes of that first quarter. He's only had 9 cents. He's been quiet. Bouknight's taken over in the third and fourth here.
2 more for Bouknight, and the lead back to 10, 104-94.
Jesse Edwards is going to get set to check in the next dead ball for Iowa.
Dillingham into the paint, has it swatted away.
A nice recovery defensively from behind to help out. Muszynski had the front, but Weems got him from behind.
So Ledee checks out. Jesse Edwards back in.
Well, Ledee's he's just been so good. All plus minus minutes with Ledee. He's the only one positive with the Iowa Wolves.
And it goes for Edwards. Now El Ellis. Ellis drives, reverse layup is good.
So an 8-point game again.
Just a couple stops away here if they can get some buckets on the other end. Bouknight thought about step back 3, and he is fouled from behind by El Ellis.
It's the third on El.
So Bouknight back to the free throw line. They have not had an answer here for Bouknight.
No. Been like moments in this game. Drell had his moment in the first. Minaya had his in the second. Bouknight in the third and into this fourth so far. He had 2 points and he had nothing at the end of the first half. Now 16 in the ball game.
Dillingham tries to turn the corner, drops it off for Edwards. And last touch by Jesse. He just had a lot of trouble collecting in traffic tonight.
Eastern in for Chapman. Good job by Chapman in his minutes. Again, Eastern's playing with 4 fouls, is he not?
I believe Edwards and Eastern both with 4.
Yeah.
There's Bouknight. Hesitates, drives. Tough pass through the lane. Bouknight gets it back. 3 on the way, no good. Dillingham comes away with it. 4 on 4 the other way. L. Ellis for 3. Shot off the mark, no good. Tipped up ahead. Beautiful play there and a nice finish by Tajay Moore.
Yeah, Moore took off, and now we got a timeout again.
Timeout on the floor. The lead swells to 12 here for the Remix as you see Moore with the tip out to himself and then the finish past Edwards. 108-96, the lead 12 here for the Remix over the Wolves. More Wolves basketball after the break. Now back here live at the Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines, 108-96. The Rip City Remix leading the Iowa Wolves. 12-point lead now. It was 8 at the half. Iowa just kind of started to run out of time here, Tony, as they need to get some stops on the defensive end. But Bouknight has been a handful here in the second half. 18
points all in the second half, and really all within the last 4 minutes of the third quarter and the first 5 minutes of the fourth. 18 points. 52-20, 38, the battle in the paint won by the Remix. Iowa 22-10, advantage on second chance points. But the biggest thing is the Remix on fast breaks, 21-5, and that's the difference in the ball game.
And Dillingham off the mark with that three-point shot. Drell looks to drive it, cut off, back pass for Bouknight. He and Drell exchange top of the key. Now Bouknight, little jab step. Going at Martez Brown. Good defense there. Oh, somehow that pass gets through. And Muszynski finishes at the shot clock buzzer.
Strong hands by Muszynski. All kinds of traffic there to catch and get that shot off because the shot clock was ready to go down.
Eastern able to come away with it. And he is fouled. It'll be a side out here for Iowa.
That's out on Tyson, his second. Iowa's been whistled for 2 fouls here in the second half with 6:32 to go. That's the second on the Remix, as well as L. Ellis sinks another 3.
Much needed 3 to cut it to 11.
Ellis 17 points now for Iowa. Dillingham 18. Eastern has 20 to lead the way.
Drell will try the 3. That's off the mark. Martez Brown with the rebound.
And Drell leading the way with 23 for the Remix. Bouknight 18, McGowan's 15.
Ellis can't hit the fadeaway.
Biggest lead's been 13. That was after that last timeout by the Remix. Now ball loose on the floor and ends up in the wrong hands for Iowa fans, but in the right hands if you're a Remix fan.
Yeah, McGowan's finishes up ahead quickly for L. Ellis.
Again, McGowan's had only 4 points in the first half. He has 13 here in the second half. So Boatwright with 18, McGowan's with 13. They scored 31 of the points here in the second half for the Remix.
L. Ellis fouled by Drell. He'll head to the free throw line. Chance to cut it back to 11 here with a made free throw.
It was 28-27 Remix after one. Remix extended that lead to 8 at the break and by 10 at the end of the third.
Al Ellis now with 19. And the lead is 11, 112-101. Drell looks to drive it, and that's going to be an offensive foul as he caught Eastern in the face.
Swung his hand back there and just... The fourth foul on Drell.
Yeah, I think you could look at that as a possible flagrant one.
Eastern's going to stay in there, I think, or do they already take him out?
No, he's going to stay in there, but I thought maybe they'd look at that.
No.
I don't think that's the case.
Yeah. Oh, trying to get Ledee in for. That's what I was wondering. I mean, Eastern is still trying to figure out how to see out of his eye. He's out there on the court.
Dillingham tries to get into the paint, lays it up and in.
Boy, he kind of stutter stepped there, and Bouknight kind of fell a half step behind, and that was all over. Now Chapman coming in.
It's team foul number 4.
So Chapman in for Eastern. Heard him yelling for Ledee, but where's he at?
No, they decided to go with Chapman instead. Eastern will go get looked at by the trainer as his left eye looked a little bit swollen after taking that shot by Drell.
Iowa trying to get some stops here, down 9, and boy, that guy has just been
lights out.
Oh, he's a speedboat on following a canoe. He is just tearing us up. 21 second half points.
Ellis through the lane. Back to the top of the key. Ellis gives it off Dillingham. His shot no good. There's Martez Brown, and Brown with the lay-in.
Brown off the bench has 8 rebounds. Some really good efforts off the bench for Iowa, but it's just not been good enough on the other end. There's another basket by Drell. He's to 25, but he's been quiet here in the second half.
Really nice pass by Alex Reese there, catching near the high post. Drell cutting along the baseline. Dillingham shakes and bakes. Little floater, one-hander up and good.
22 now for Dillingham. Cook Yachts at the bench, getting ready to check in on the next dead ball.
Problem is, Iowa's just trading baskets right now, and Bouknight, another shot and foul. Doesn't finish, but he's going to be headed back to the free throw line. So
Chapman picking up the foul, his first.
Bouknight with a chance to get his 22nd and 23rd points.
Number 3,000 in attendance tonight. We had a big crowd off to the side court there, back court. On what side is that? The south side of the Wells Fargo Arena?
Yep.
I think it was Des Moines Magazine or something like that here, with a huge group over there enjoying some cuisine and drinks and basketball.
Bouknight misses the free throw, gets his own rebound, and knocks down the 3.
Wow.
It's kind of the second half it's been. Iowa just can't string together stops. Martez Brown gives it off for Ellis. Ellis left hand layup is good.
Ellis 21 points here in this ball game. He's had a huge second half for Iowa, but just not enough stops here from Iowa.
Reese will try the 3, and it's good.
And now the threes that weren't going down are falling down from everywhere. Reese with 17 points.
And the lead is 14. Ellis along the baseline. Walter Ellis drives it. Shot is no good and rebounded by Drell.
The remix.
Lob up top and no good on the alley-oop. Second attempt off the mark.
This is the kind of night it's been for McGowan. He had just a little run there, only 17 for him, but the rest of the teammates have picked him up tonight. Chapman
Ellis
knocks it loose
off
there.
The mark. Yacht looks to drive it. Martez Brown has it stripped away by Drell. A little sloppy on both ends. Moore's going to slow things down here a little bit with 2:30 to go.
Remix looking to even up their regular season record to 2-2, and for Iowa, just a tough second half this regular season. 1-7 if they lose this one tonight, and they're on the way there. And again, a bunny missed by McGowan.
Chapman finds Cook Yacht, 3 on the way, no good. Martez Brown on the offensive glass has his shot blocked.
Bouknight with the help from the backside there to knock that ball loose with a block shot. He's just done everything here in the second half. He has been the star of the game for the Remix on this to maintain what they've started tonight. 123 to 109 right now.
Here's Bouknight into the paint. Left-hand shot is blocked by Chapman, and
that shouldn't account of the shot clock went off. What's going on here? If that was not,
yeah, that should have been a shot clock violation.
Well, if it wasn't goaltending, you're darn right it wasn't. But
Cook Yacht inside with the easy bucket. Yeah, I don't think the ball ever hit the rim, so I thought it should have been a violation, but
no, it was just blocked off the glass. So if it wasn't goaltending, then it was a shot clock violation. But nonetheless, with 1:12 to go, the Iowa Wolves' chances are slim to none anyway, John. So
Bouknight, 3 off the mark. He finally misses one, but there's Drell getting the offensive rebound, fouled by Martez Brown.
5th on Brown, but it means nothing here as Drell will go to the line to shoot for 28 and 29. Of course, he'll shoot both free throws now as we're under the 2-minute mark. Again, Wednesday night, I will be back here at the Wells Fargo Arena. It'll be a different opponent, Greensboro, coming to town in the upcoming games here in January. A week from now, the 23rd and 24th against the Valley Suns. As far as the Remix, they'll stay on the road against the Memphis Hustle on the 15th and 16th before coming home finally against Salt Lake City on the 20th and 22nd.
Timeout on the floor. It's the last mandatory. We step away. 1:03 to go here in the ball game. 125-111. Rip City leads Iowa. More Wolves basketball after the break. Now back here for the final minute 3 here in the fourth quarter. A 125-111 lead for Rip City. And it'll be free throws here for Drell coming out of the timeout. So it's pretty much all academic at this point, Tony.
Yeah, speaking of Drell, double-double for him. 27 points, 11 rebounds. 23 of those points in the first half. Also with 17 apiece, Alex Reese and Bryce McGowan's. McGowan's with 13 here in the second half. But boy, off the bench, James Bouknight, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 2 block shots, all the 24 points in the last 4 minutes of the third quarter into this fourth quarter. Great second half effort by James Bouknight for Iowa. Rob Dillingham leading the way with 22 points, but only 1 of 8 from downtown for Rob tonight in his rehab assignment for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 20 points for Nogel Eastern, and 21 off the bench for L. Ellis, and Jaden Ledee with 16 off the bench.
And second free throw by Drell off the mark. So Walter Ellis into the front court, and Cook Yacht, 3-pointer off the mark. There's Martez Brown on the offensive glass for the and one.
And there's another guy off the bench, John. 11 rebounds now for Martez Brown. He's just been working holic, and that's his 8th offensive rebound. So that tells you how hard he's been working. But just Not good shooting night for Iowa. 50% for most of the game for Rip City. Iowa just 41% on 40 of 97 coming out of that timeout.
And Martez knocks down the free throw. And the lead is 12, 126-114. As Moore dribbles into the front court. Around the screen, Buzinski kicks out for Drell. Drell looks to drive it. Left-hand layup is good.
That gives him 30 on the night.
Drell with a smile after crossing the 30-point threshold. Here's Yacht.
You got to shoot somebody. Can't just keep.
Brown looks to drive it and tried to drop it off for Cy Chapman, but turns it over.
24th turnover by Iowa. That's a big number, but the Remix had 19 themselves, with the Remix with 16 steals in this ball game. And this is all but a 2-2 start now for the Rip City Remix, and Iowa will fall to 1-7 on the season.
And that's the final buzzer. Well, a tough night for Iowa as they kind of got there a couple times, but never quite got over the hump. Couldn't get the lead back in the second half. We only had 7 lead changes, and they were all in the first half. Rip City led by 8 at the half, and boy, it kind of hung in that 5 to 12 point range for a lot of the second half, and then just seemed like Rip City kind of kept them at arm's length for the majority of the second half, Tony.
Yeah, Bouknight just took off like an amazing run here in the third quarter into the fourth for Bouknight to get 24 off the bench. He was very instrumental in what the Rip City Remix were able to do to close this victory out tonight here on the road.
Well, in Rip City, this is only their 4th game after the showcase. They moved to 2-2 in the regular season. Iowa off to a tough start. They're 1-7 after going 11-3 in the Showcase Cup. They're now just 1-7 here in the regular season. So kind of a tale of 2 seasons here so far for Iowa. And the biggest component of that is Leonard Miller not in uniform since the showcase, I believe. And
Trevor Keels getting hurt tonight in that opening quarter, John, definitely changes things. Trevor instrumental for this team, and really considering that he erased that first quarter for his first game on a rehab assignment. Rob Dillingham was outstanding. That first quarter was not one he wants to remember. I think he was 0 for 6 from the field, if I remember right. Nothing was seeming to go down, but he really got better as the game. The only thing is from the three-point line, 9 of 23 for the game, but just 1 of 8 from 3.
Yeah, 1 of 8 from 3, 22 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds for Dillingham. So stat-wise, a decent night for Dillingham. But again, not super efficient with that 9 of 23 shooting in this rehab start down here with Iowa. He did lead all Wolves scorers, 21 off the bench for L. Ellis. He was 7 of 18 from the field, 3 of 9 from 3. Rip City was led by Henry Drell with 30 points and 11 rebounds and 24 off the bench, all in the second half for James Bouknight, as Rip City picks up win number 2 here in the regular season. Again, Rip City 2-2 now on the season, Iowa 1-7. And the final score here for the final time at the Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines, it was the Rip City Remix 128, the Iowa Wolves 114. Have a great night, everyone.
This copyrighted broadcast of the NBA G League may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA G League.